Welcome to Connecting with Corinne, the podcast where I help you find your community one story and connection at a time. I'm your host, Corinne, and each week I explore inspiring conversations that connect us to the world around us, spark new ideas, and help build stronger, more meaningful connections. Whether it's through personal stories, thought-provoking discussions, or shared experiences, we're here to bring diverse perspectives to the table. So let's dive in and start connecting. Hey everyone, my name is Corinne and welcome to the first episode of Connecting with Corinne podcast. So today's episode is my why of why I'm doing this podcast, but also a little bit about me. First, we'll go into me and then we'll go into the why of creating this podcast and the cool and amazing guests that we're going to have on that we'll get to meet. So a little bit about me. I was born in Winnipeg. I grew up in Calgary in the South. I graduated from Lord Beaverbrook High School and I went to Mount Royal College, did an applied degree, justice studies, went to university for my master's degree in forensic archaeology. I learned how to bury people, dig up bones, and use archaeological techniques in a forensic way. That was for a year in England, and I came back. I worked in various jobs from court clerk to legal assistant. I was a bylaw officer for a while. I worked as an admin assistant off and on. And then I went back to school, did a journalism post-degree certificate. And this is where I learned how to tell stories in a different way. In the journalism certificate, it was a one-year program, and we did storytelling by writing through the Calgary Journal, but also did a little bit of broadcasting. It's funny because I would always freeze in front of the camera. So to do this podcast has been growth because before I would just freeze and I'd have all the words and I'm just standing there with my microphone being like, I don't know what to say. And it would take me a ton of takes. It's still going to take me a ton of takes to do this one today, I'm sure. So this is my background and getting into the stories. And I worked for the Calgary Police Service as a civilian for a few years. And when COVID hit, I got into the energy work and left CPS and was going to teach a lot more yoga. We know how that went, especially in Canada and Calgary, and things were open, things were closed, especially the fitness industry was always the first to go. I taught some yoga from my home, but I really got into the energy work, learning about Reiki a little bit more and some other things, Thai yoga massage, stuff like that. It was a really good healing time for me. Since then, it's just been a variety of jobs, had gone through I was married at one point, been through a divorce, and I'm just in this little phase of my life of having a little bit more time and thought I could do a podcast. And when I thought about this whole thing, my soul just lit up. I was like, yes, this is what you need to do. So my business is called Connecting with Corinne. It is yoga, Reiki. I teach Reiki classes. I can help with soul work coaching. It's just a variety of things and getting into the Akashic records. It's fun and I really like to connect with people. And I always joke that my superpower was connecting other people to each other. So it was almost like the 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. You've heard of that one? Maybe I'm aging myself a little bit. People like, who's Kevin Bacon? But anyway, it's like that where people would come to me like, I have a problem with XYZ and I can't help them, but I'm like, I do know somebody who could help you solve this problem. Here's this person, here's their contact information. I always just felt like I was that person. So this is my goal for the podcast. I know a variety of amazing people throughout my life who have incredible stories, who are creating community, who have connections with so many other people. And after the crazy times in the last 5 years, people are slowly coming out of hiding and trying to find their communities again. They felt a sense of loss of the communities that they had created or been part of before the pandemic, and then things changed and losing those communities and finding new people and new communities and finding our tribes. My goal is to connect everyone to each other through learning through people's stories and just being inspired, because I do have amazing guests lined up who I'm so excited because they are all incredible, all inspiring, and they all are creating something, creating community in some way. And some of them are a little bit more humble than others, but I think everyone is humble, the people I know. And I think it's going to be an amazing journey for all of us to learn from each other and to grow. And if a guest speaks to you, then definitely reach out to them and be like, thanks for speaking and being part of this and creating this community. And then hopefully you can reach out to them and be part of their tribe, or they might know somebody who can help you and create a little bit more connection and community in that sense. So that's the why. And that's why I'm on this, because I like to connect people. I, like I said, have a variety of people I've already reached out to. Hopefully, even if you're not part of my community and I don't really know you and you're like, oh my God, I think I have a story. I have created connections. I've created community. Please reach out to me, because I would love to chat with you and have you on the podcast and be able to share what you are doing so that other people can connect with you in your own way. So this one is a cool podcast. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, fitness, health, science, anything really. It's just creating community and building connections. I think we learn from each other. In my business, when I teach yoga, do Thai yoga massages, Reiki, the tagline is I'm trying to connect people to the back to their mind, body, and spirit. We can do this through connecting with others, because when we connect with our tribes, we light up and it creates a bond for our bodies, minds, and spirits. So that's my hope for this whole journey. And I can't wait for you guys to join me on this journey. So thanks for tuning in today. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. Stay connected, and I will see you with my first guest. Okay, bye. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope today's conversation sparked something new and reminded you of the power of connection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode to others, and continue spreading the message of unity across all walks of life. Until next time, stay connected.